Hello everyone, welcome to Think Academy. Today we are going to explore some questions from KMC. Let's see, our topic today is working backwards. Normally, when we are solving math questions, we want to find the final result. So we start from the original one and work step by step. But this time, we don't know the original amount, but we want to find it. That's why we will work backwards. Let's see, how does it work? For this question, we know there is a number. After adding 3 and being divided by 3, it will become 7. So we want to know what's the original number. In fact, because we don't know the original amount, but at least we can describe the process first. Here, we don't know what's it, so use a question mark to represent it. Adding 3, so plus 3 first, write down the process, and this is the first step. And divided by 3, okay, divided by 3, finally it will become 7, and put 7 here. Let's see where do we start for this process. I ask you 2 questions first. Let's think this. First, if I told you a triangle plus 3 equals 9, can you tell me the value of the triangle? 9 minus 3, or take 3 away from 9, you can find it. But if I ask you a heart plus a square equals 10, can you tell me the value of the heart or the value of the square? If there are 2 knowns in an equation, can we find it? Can we solve it? No, we can't. It's not fixed. So you see, in this process, which part we know 2 known numbers. This part. So we have to start from the answer and work backwards. Let's see, we want to know what divided by 3 equals 7. If we work backwards, divided by 3 will become times 3. Because multiplication and division, they are inverse operations. And let's see here. Plus 3 work forwards. So when we work backwards, it becomes minus 3. The inverse operation of subtraction is addition. They are inverse. Okay, now let's calculate. 7 times 3 equals 21. And 21 minus 3 equals 18. So the original number should be 18. Okay, so you see here, it's just like you describe the process in a train. So we call this as a train diagram. If you use this method to describe the process and start from the answer, work backwards, it will become much easier, right? So let's see how to apply it in more questions. The second one, Jack has some candies. After eating one candy, he shared half of the remaining candies with Tom. Then Tom shared half of his candies with Lisa. We know finally Lisa got 6 candies. So we want to know how many candies did Jack have at first. Also, as long as you don't know the original amount, but what it becomes, finally, you can start from the answer and work backwards. First, let's put each process in a train diagram. We don't know how many candies, so use a question mark to represent it. And after eating one means 1 less, so minus 1 here. And then Jack shared half of the remaining candies with Tom. Half of it, so means divided by 2, we can get half of it. This is Tom's candies. And also Tom shared half of his candies with Lisa. So divided by 2 again. And we know finally Lisa got 6 candies. So this is 6 finally. Now let's turn around all arrows first. And when we work forwards, it is divided by 2. Working backwards, it will become times 2. The inverse operation of division is multiplication. And let's see here, minus 1 becomes plus 1. Now you can calculate it step by step. 6 times 2 equals 12. 12 times 2 equals 24, and 24 plus 1 equals 25. In this way, we can find Jack had 25 candies at first. So you see, as long as you draw a train diagram to describe the process, it will become much easier. And let's see, how can we work it? How can we use train diagram, or how can we solve working backwards problem when there are two things are involved? Let's see here. There are 2 bags of milk powder. Their weights are equal. Half of the bag A and 16 grams of bag B were used. We know that bag B weighed 64 grams at first. We want to know how much did bag A weigh at first. Let's see, there are 2 things. We want to compare them, but we don't know how much did A weigh at first. So use a question mark here to represent it. But we know at first B weighed 64 grams, so 64 here. And after using half of A, so divided by 2, we don't know how much A weighed at last, but we know B used 16 grams, so minus 16. Now let's see, finally, how much did bag B weigh? 64 minus 16 equals 48. And we know finally they became equal, so A is also 48 grams finally. Let's see A. We know the result. We want to know the original amount. Now we can work backwards. It will become times 2. So 48 times 2 equals 96 grams. This is the weight of A at first. Let's see. You just need to compare these 2. You just need to use 2 train here to find the answer. Also, when you have 2 things, you can also list all conditions in a table to find it. It's the same. So that's all for our working backwards problem. If you want to know more, you can contact Think Academy. See you next time. Bye bye.